Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. You know, we always like what the Twin Lakes Playhouse is doing, and I think we covered just about every production you guys do. Hopefully we do. And if not, I'm disappointed.
All of mine you have.
Okay. Thanks for being
sure.
here. This is Deb Smith, and with you is Randy West, and he's directing a...
He's actually our musical director.
Musical director.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
Now you're directing.
Yes.
You're the music.
Yes.
I messed up already.
Well, no, because his
collaboration.
job is very, very important.
Okay.
So, yes.
And what production are we talking about?
Always Patsy Cline by Ted Swindley.
And why did you choose this one?
Because I was looking for something that was really big in the United States, and this show kept popping up on every website that I visited, that in community theaters and small theaters. And it always got an A rating. You know, it was the funniest, it was the most, you know, it's all about friendship and having, you know, just this great relationship with a good friend. And then, of course, the whole story of Patsy is in it. You know, every scene has a song that Patsy can relate to that scene. So it's just, she comes moving in and out through the scenes and singing, and you know, it's just a wonderful thing. And it's usually in every town sold out. So I figured that would be a good thing for the Playhouse.
How many musical numbers are in it?
She actually sings 27 songs.
Wow.
Yes, she's been very busy learning those songs.
Yes.
and we're talking about Leanne Jackson. She's here, actually, and we'll be listening to her in just a few minutes. And she's accompanied by, actually, you'll be accompanied along with Truman.
Truman
Fuller, yeah.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, so Randy will be playing keyboard and Truman will be playing guitar.
Now, for people that come to the stage, it's a stage play.
Yes.
But it's a musical stage play.
Yes.
Right.
So what we have done is transformed our little stage into a honky-tonk.
Okay.
And so we have a three-layer stage on top of that, where the band is going to be sitting, and then there's one other lady besides Leanne in it, and it's Darcy Sherrod, and she is her friend that they meet. Her name, she plays Louise Sager, and they meet one night. Louise is just a total Patsy Cline fan, and she finds out that she's going to be in Texas, so she goes to the show, and she gets there very early when Patsy arrives, and she gets up enough nerve to ask Patsy to come join her and her bunch, is what she calls them. And she does so. And so they talk before the show, and then during the show, Patsy brings Louise up, and they play with the audiences, you know, with that. And then because it's so late, and Patsy has to go to another gig, you know, after that the next day, Louise says, just come on home with me and spend the night. Well, they spend the entire night talking and singing, and
all this is covered in the play.
Yes.
Okay.
And then Louise sets up an interview with the local DJ, and so Patsy goes, sings several songs, and has a 15-minute interview on the radio. And this is in 1961. Now, she died in 63. But she and Louise kept a relationship going for those 2 years by letters and cards and phone calls. And so it's based on a true story. And
now, Louise helped write this, or was
actually, yes, she was interviewed and wrote. It's also covered in a book about Patsy Cline, and then Charlie Dick, Patsy's husband, had a lot of input in it too. You know, he knew a lot about what was going on. So it gives you insight, not only what a beautiful voice she had, but what a beautiful person she is.
Well, she influenced people today that are in the business.
Oh, yes.
I mean, she had such an influential voice, and her style was unique.
In 6 years, she did all of that. Yeah.
Well, the place, let's talk about the times and the dates and where it's going to be. I know it's going to be at the Playhouse, but tell people where that's going to be.
Okay. The dates are March 2nd through the 18th. We are going to have 4 performances a weekend instead of our normal 3. So we're adding a Saturday matinee because I'm hoping that there's going to be so much interest in it that we will be able to fill those seats too. So it's Friday night and Saturday night at 7, and Saturday matinee and Sunday matinee at 2. Twin Lakes Playhouse, if those people, your audience, don't know where that is, it's on 600 6th Street, right there, right off the square, and across from the First United Methodist Church.
Okay.
Now tickets are $20 for this. We have a band, which Randy will tell you about, and all those songs.
Yes. So and you have stage props and the whole thing. So they're getting actually a double performance out of it. Actually, it's a bigger stage play than what you generally do.
Yes, and this one was very expensive. The royalties are very expensive because it is the largest produced play in the United States.
This one here.
Okay. And speaking, going back to the brass tacks, the Playhouse, you can buy tickets online now, correct?
Yes, yes.
That you can do that. So it's what, www.twinlakesplayhouse.org. Twinlakesplayhouse.org. And I always encourage people when you're on to get those tickets early.
That's right.
Because these do sell out.
Yes,
and I've gotten there 30 minutes early thinking I was going to get a good seat, and I am barely in the back row. So.
Yeah. Well, in fact, my niece just ordered 2 tickets for opening night, and they're way back in the second to the last row. And she's like, it's really full, so that's opening night.
So people can go on and get all those tickets and that sort of stuff, and that's really good. So what have you produced a play, directed a play before, or anything like that? Is this your first foray into the Twin Lakes Playhouse arena?
This is my first footstep in the Playhouse. I was asked to come and help direct the music for this production.
But tell them what you do for a living.
Well, I actually pastor a church,
okay.
And I pastor the Rock Church in Mountain Home here. And I've been in music for years, played in some other things in Kansas City, and had some other bands in the years past. So, music is definitely not something I'm unfamiliar with, or even directing productions, but not in a Playhouse scenario quite so much. But Patsy Cline, she's a classic. Love her music, and it's really fun to get to learn and play and interact and be a part of a production doing that music. So it's been really fun.
Cool.
It's been a
Well, let's let you get set up over there. We're going to take a break real quick, and when we come back, we'll be listening to Truman Fuller, Randy West, and Leanne Jackson, who is playing
Patsy Cline.
Patsy Cline,
Yeah, you'll recognize her. She's the one in the red.
She'll be the one that hat on.
All right, let's take a quick break, and we'll get set up for them. And when you come back, you're going to be thoroughly entertained by some music from a production of Always Patsy Cline coming up real soon.
All right.
Stay with us.